Here we go. Hey, greetings. It's the last Thursday of the month. I'm absolutely buzzing. I have no idea why. I think it's just the topic and what I've got planned as well. But as I've said to the audience who are here, if you know me, then I get excited quite easy. Anyway, it's the Health and Wellbeing Café where we're going to be sharing some happiness. So welcome one and all. Right, let's get stuck in. I'm so happy you're here. So thank you for those of you who are tuning in on the live. I want you to have fun tonight. Seriously, I want to see you shining. We're going to have some fun. And if you're watching the replay, then you're missing out because the vibes are right here. But thank you for watching the replay. All right. Just a little bit of etiquette. I can never say it. Etiquette. Calm down, Vanessa. I'm just so hyper. What's wrong with me? All right, so I'm recording. So if you're not comfortable with your image being shown on the screen, please switch off your video and keep your microphone on mute if that's all right. There is time for questions and answers because it is an interactive session. We're going to be here until around 9:30, but there's also a networking element as well. So if you want to stay and chat, that would be absolutely wonderful. Your expectations, I'm absolutely delighted. I know the women who are on the call, but I know it's their first time here on this call. So they're making me feel a bit nervous. I wonder if that's why I'm so jittery, because they've seen you've seen me do other sessions. It's your first time here at the Health and Wellbeing session. So welcome. I've put some prompts on the screen for you. Could you just give me an idea, if you are new here, what has made you come on this call this evening? So just unmute yourself and dive in, please.
I'd say all of the above.
Oh, thank you, Layla. It's fantastic to have you with me. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're always welcome. Hi, Stephanie.
Hi. Hello. It's just for me, it's just exploring something new. I haven't tried that ever before. And when I saw your invitation, I thought, yeah, I have to try this one out. Pretty sure I'm going to get somewhere great with that. So thank you in advance.
Well, thank you, Stephanie, because I believe you're my first international live guest on the Health and Wellbeing call. So woohoo! Fantastic. All right. Does anybody else want to share what's brought you here this evening? We've got G, we've got Joe, we've got Alex. Okay, they're a bit shy. Lots of love coming from Layla. Thank you.
I'd say I'm mostly curious about what's happening, and I also would like to network with like-minded people.
Oh, well, you're in the right place, G, and thank you so much for giving us a chance this evening. So I'm just going to introduce myself properly for those who don't know me. My name's Vanessa-Mary. I'm a lifestyle coach for women. And what I do is I specialize in helping or supporting women to really find different ways of boosting your confidence. So, this is the Health and Wellbeing Cafe because my original journey has started as a wellbeing coach, and now I do other things which you'll learn about as we go through. But yeah, I've been doing this coaching for quite a while now. So I do work with a lot of mums as well. So if you are one of the regular mums that I've been working with, probably listening to the replay, because I know some of the mums, they can't make the live because it's like bedtime for the little ones. So I do appreciate all the support that I've had over the years. Okay. So where are we going now? All right. So yeah, I just want to tell you about my mission and my vision. Again, like I said, I recognize faces on the call, but I appreciate that you've known me through other things that I've been doing, where actually this is like the core element of my coaching. It's around nutrition, it's around well-being, And there's some wonderful faces of the women that I've worked with over the years. As I said, you may know me through the Vibrate Higher Collective, which again is about empowerment and education for women. And I've got the lovely Layla on the call with me. She's a very, very key member of that team. So we've been doing I think we've been doing some incredible things over the last year, Layla. So thank you so much for your support there. And yeah, I've got a vision, I'm wanting to work with, I've got this number in my head, it's 1,000 women. Okay, and I know I can't do that on my own. I am realistic, even though I'm really giddy. I know that I need to have a team around me. So like I said, working with members like Layla, some of you may have met Susie and Denise. I love working with other people to actually help me to reach more women. So I've got the 10x rule there as a little reminder, because again, the session I'm going to cover tonight around personal development, you have to think big. Whatever you're wanting to do in your life, you really do have to think big. All right. This is the section where we do some reflection. And again, if you know me through the Telegram group, you know that I love talking about what we've been doing, how we're sharing our gratitude. We are now coming quickly towards the end of, I'm describing it as a jubilant July. That was me. Was that taken last week in my swimsuit in the sauna? So I was just chilling. I was loving July. But I want to hear about your health highlights this month, please. So I really want to know what you've been doing in terms of staying on track with your healthy, active lifestyle. And then we'll talk about our plans for the months ahead. So if anybody would like to share some fantastic updates with us for what you've been doing in Jubilant July, please. Hi, Stephanie. I know what you've been doing. You've been keeping me informed. Come on, let's hear it.
Well, it's just, I fell out a bit last month off the wagon when it comes to walking more, just exercising, moving more the body, went through a rather tough June, but yeah, I've just been very kind to the body, but keeping something going for me every day. So just a nice standing workout or some dance workout. It's not much, but it's still more than last month, So I thought, okay, I'd give this at least to myself for now. So yeah, it's been that. Humble, but consistent.
Fantastic. Well done. It's all about baby steps, Stephanie. For anyone who wants to start a healthy, active lifestyle and they're like, I'm going to get the kit, I'm going to go jogging every day, they soon find that they get burnout very quickly, or the kind of enthusiasm goes very quickly. So baby steps is the right way. Well done. Does anybody else have an update for us? So what have you been doing this month to keep yourself on track? I don't have my regulars here. Where are they? Oh, Helen, come on, let's hear from you.
Okay, so I went to a naturopath this month, and although I was diagnosed with an underactive thyroid, I've taken steps to heal it naturally. And being vegetarian wasn't apparently on the cards. So I've had to change my whole diet and give up bread, wheat, carbs, and just concentrate on protein. If I have to eat one more piece of fish, I'll look like a fish. I tell you, it's been really, really challenging, but it's been really good as well, because the inflammation is going. Taking natural remedies for my thyroid, underactive thyroid, and that's starting to clear up. So everything is very, very slow, exceedingly slow. The blood pressure is coming down. Everything is just kind of like calming down. So I'm just so grateful for this path. And, it's pretty daunting thinking that it's going to last probably the next lifetime or two.
Bless you. Well, I mean, it sounds like you're on the right track, turning your body from maybe reducing the amount of acid that you've got in the body to a more alkaline. So it's changing the pH levels in the body. So that sounds fantastic. Well done.
Yeah.
All right then. So let's think about where we're going. Okay. And if you feel that you actually do either not even necessarily need to make major adjustments, maybe there's things that you're doing that you want to carry on with. I put 2 months up because I don't do a Health and Wellbeing Cafe in August. So if you want to share some things that you're working on, that you're confident to think, yeah, I'm definitely going to keep this up for August and September. Anybody got any plans, please?
I think for me, it's just a matter of the basics, because over the last week, I keep forgetting to drink enough fluids. So, you know, just making sure the water intake, especially over the summer months when it's hot. So I think it comes back to basics, and we make sure to have lemon water, which I feel makes a big difference, actually, to me.
Very refreshing.
Yeah.
Lovely. Hi, Stephanie.
It's been the same thing as Layla, just drinking some more water, and then trying some more juicing, actually, giving some rest to my stomach, just eating that movement, you know, just munching, eating less, not as in depriving myself, but focusing more on fluids if you want, because it's just been a need, and yeah, just that for the couple of next months, actually. Hopefully that will work out well.
Well, fantastic. Well, hopefully you'll both be here with me in September. So I'm looking forward to your updates already. This is accountability in action. All right. So yeah, part of my vision is not only to empower women, but also to support children. And if you've been listening to me on the online series in particular, you'll know that I am keen to do fundraising for the Herbalife Family Foundation, so the Herbalife Nutrition Foundation, and also a charity that's based in Nottingham, but they work with families abroad in the Gambia called Aid to Gambia. So what have I been doing to kickstart this? Well, my July was jubilant because I am so happy to tell you that my little challenge that I decided to do, which was 10,000 steps a day for 30 days from Saturday the 26th of June until Sunday the 25th of July, was completed. And you can see the steps that I did on Sunday. That was 22,000, over 22,000 on Sunday. Now, let me tell you how this happened, okay? I went to a family party. Layla knows. I went to a family party it would have been the Saturday evening, and it was in Birmingham. I didn't arrive there until 11 o'clock, and it was one of those really good house parties. So the music was pumping until 4 o'clock. Now, by the time we got to something like 12 o'clock, I was like, oh my gosh, I've done 10,000 steps. So that's what happened on Sunday. And then because I came home and I rested, I can't even remember. Oh, I think I just put the music on and I was cleaning and I was just happy and jubilant and just feeling so proud of myself. So that's what happened on Sunday. Now, all the important bit, you know, this is about me doing some fundraising. Okay. Now, I know that we're all going through different aspects, different challenges, but whatever you can give, I would be so grateful. I haven't got like a Just Giving page or anything like that because the charity didn't want me to do it that way because they were aware that you kind of get fees taken off and whatever. So they've asked for donations to go directly to their bank account. Here are the details. That is their email address. All I ask is that you reference my name. And for those of you who have already donated, I am so, so grateful that you've been able to contribute in some way to this fantastic charity. I will be showcasing more about the charity in my newsletter. So if you're on my email list, you can find out more about the charity that way. And like I said, thank you so much. That's just a little update of the steps that I was doing. So you can see there, what was it? It was 15,000 on Saturday, one of the Saturdays. 12,000 on another day. So I was really going for it. And I will tell you that dancing got me through. So if you're ever doing one of these step challenges and it's getting a bit dark or whatever. In fact, one night I was on the phone with you, weren't I, Layla? And I went for a big walk to get the steps in. So dancing's a really good way to do a step challenge. Okay, so here we are. We are here. And what I do on this call is I like to do some personal development with you. It's only a little thing just to get you thinking. Hopefully I can leave you with something that you can put into action straight away. We have our fantastic guest. I've called you a guest contributor this month, Helen, because I do have people that normally do like a speech, you know, they kind of talk for 30 minutes or so, but I know it's going to be interactive tonight, isn't it? So yeah, I've said a guest contributor, Helen, and we're going to have sound healing, which is fantastic. Then we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to look at some transformations. And I realized, oh gosh, it just went so wrong last month. This section was not, well, it was recorded, but there was no visual at all. I really do need to get some technical help with the recording of this session. So I apologize for anyone that watched the replay last month and wondered what was going off there. Then I'm going to talk to you about another health hack. Now, I've actually completed all 7 health hacks, so I'm going back to the beginning. So wait for it. Then we're going to do a raffle, and we have a fantastic prize from Helen. If you haven't, yay! If you haven't already put your name forward for the raffle, I will put the link up. I can't do it now. I'll do it in Helen's section, which will give you 30 minutes to apply for that raffle. Helen, would you like to tell us what the prize is, please?
The prize is a 30 to 40 minute chakra balancing session, which is done remotely. And I'll show you a bit later when I start, you know, my whole thing, how that's done. And so, yeah, that's basically it. And it's very, very effective. So you don't actually have to be in the room. I can, you know, work remotely.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Helen. So you have to be on the live call to claim that prize, okay? And then I'm going to tell you about a new product that Herbalife Nutrition have actually launched this week. It's so exciting. I will admit I haven't tasted them yet, but everything Herbalife produces is delicious. So I'll tell you more later. Then I've got some dates for you. And like I said, if you're wanting to stay around, we like to have a little bit of a natter afterwards. So you are quite welcome to stay and chat with us. All right. So here is the section which is about changing your mindset to change your life. As you know me, I like to have my quotes in. And tonight we are looking at imagination. And I like this quote. I can't read it properly because the video's there. But yeah, this was great because it was like, imagination does not become great until human beings are given the courage and the strength to use it, to use it to create. Yeah, so we need to be creative, basically. I like that one. Now, oh, I don't want that yet. Look, I shouldn't have pressed that yet. So I just want to share something with you before we go into this. So it's all about developing your imagination. And I wanted to just share a quick story with you first, which is based on my own life where I had to use my imagination. And for those of you who know me regularly, I'm not normally this casually dressed on this session, but you'll kind of get why I've turned up in a t-shirt tonight. But this story is really about when I started out as a wellness coach with Herbalife Nutrition, and I was living in Banbury. I was estranged from my older children, but that's another story. So I wasn't even really feeling myself. My housing situation was just terrible, and I'm not sharing any pictures from that. But I was getting customers as a Herbalife coach, and it like Herbalife's very personal. So it's all about working with the customer on that one-to-one level, okay? So if you were here with me in my city, you would be literally coming into my house and I would be doing a wellness evaluation with you and things like that. Now I do them remotely, but I love the personal touch. Okay. So back in those days, which time-wise is going to be about 8 years ago, like I said, the housing situation was not great at all. And I really had to kind of stand my ground and imagine myself as a Herbalife coach in a nice surroundings, like with everything laid out beautifully, with all the tools that I needed to do the job, like all the equipment, the testimonials and everything. So it was quite difficult, but I really had to be the person that I'm still becoming now, if that makes sense. I couldn't allow myself to really focus on what wasn't good about my situation because I knew it would hold me back. And I'm so grateful that I decided to, in a sense, pretend. Okay, use my imagination. I kind of moved everything out of my mind and I went for it. So, what is the imagination? Now, if you're familiar with a book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, it's a brilliant book, and there's a whole chapter in there. And I loved how Napoleon starts the chapter by saying that the imagination is the workshop where all of the plans are created by man or woman in our case. Okay. So you can see your imagination like a workshop. And this chapter actually tells you about how if you use your imagination, you will be led to the 5 steps of riches. Okay. And you've got to be creative to get there. Now, in doing so, like I said, you've got to kind of maybe just ignore what your present situation is like. So it's not what you're thinking, okay, it's how you're thinking. So if you think back to what I've just said about being in Banbury, just starting out, I knew that I wasn't a successful Herbalife wellness coach, but I just pretended that I was to myself. And I'm sure that that was just beaming out of me. Okay. So you have to have a desire. Okay. So when you're really working with your imagination, connect with your desire, whatever you're thinking about, really connect to it. And the ideas will start to flow for you, which is fantastic. So I put this up a little bit too early, and I've just wanted to touch on 3 simple ways that you can increase your mental, I can't even say it. Anyway, I'm not going to embarrass myself. You can read, okay? It's just a fancy way of saying imagination. All right. So reading is up there, okay? I've already said to you how I've been looking at Napoleon Hill. I've read so many books, and those books have empowered me on so many different levels. It's unbelievable. I actually know that I have changed. The question that I want you to think about right now is imagine yourself in the next 10 years. Who will you be in the next 10 years? You have to put that out there. Have the creative visualization. So here's another little task that you can do. And I really would love, for most of you know me on this call, so you can come back to me. You don't have to share the details, but let me know how you got on with this. Write out your perfect day. Don't hold anything back. So write out your perfect day. Spend that time putting everything down. It's all about how you feel about what's coming out of your mind. Don't think about this is happening, that's happening. Put yourself into it. With the creative visualization, coloring is a really good way that you can start to connect with your imagination. Color, you'll notice I'm dressed, well, you can't see my leggings, but I'm dressed literally in black tonight. And I was going to put my black earrings on. I was like, no, that's too much black. I'm going to put on my bright pink earrings. Because I don't know how you feel about color, but I love colors. So if you bring colors into your world, into your life, into your visualization. So I've even made a note here that you could do a vision board If you've never tried a vision board, it's absolutely fantastic. I've actually created a vision book in my life. And I don't know if I've shared this on this session before, but the vision book included Mark before I met him. It included baby Zenta before I met Mark and baby Zenta was created. And I know it's Mark because I chose a man with the same kind of skin tone as Mark actually has. So we can literally bring things into our life by using our imagination. Don't hold yourself back with your emotions, just really go for it. And then I put listening to music. Now, when it comes to listening to music, personally, I love to do my writing with music. Like today, I was in a vibration with my day job where I needed to just get things done, but I wanted to be like really relaxed. So I put classical music on. To get myself ready for tonight, I wanted to boost my energy. So I put dance music on, okay? And I was stuck because some parts of the session I hadn't quite kind of worked out in my mind, but listening to the music and just relaxing, it really helped me to get into the vibration and the frequency. So hopefully, you know, for yourself, you look, oh, that's me, Fitbit, I'm buzzing. 10,000 steps, 10,500 steps. Okay, so listen to music. It's actually a really good way of connecting with your imagination. So that's all I've got on that session here, because we are exactly on 8:30. So I am going to, oh gosh, I haven't told you about this. No, I need to tell you about this because it's really important. Okay, so if you like to use your imagination and you are working on some fantastic ideas, it may be for a business that you've got planned, it may be a career move that you're wanting to do, or you're just actually thinking, I want to make big changes in my life, but I feel like I can do it, but sometimes I let myself down. Sometimes I get in my own way. Sometimes I procrastinate. Then I have got a coaching and accountability club that I would love for you to be a part of. Our next group session is Thursday, the 5th of August at 8 o'clock on Zoom. And before that session, it's really important that you connect with me to have a clarity call. After the clarity call, you get an action plan and you get a goal setting sheet. And then you're invited to come into the group for a 14-day complimentary trial. Now, I've got Stephanie on the call. And I'm going to ask you, because I have got a testimonial to share, but since you're here and you've connected with the clarity call, and I love the feedback that you gave afterwards, do you mind just sharing some words, please, Stephanie, about that clarity call?
Well, it technically changed everything away. It turned everything upside down for me, because I was in that sort of negative vibe and space, you know, just thinking mostly about everything I didn't have and focusing a lot on the money I don't have, or this job I don't have, or this and that. And so with the clarity call, it just made everything very clear. So I had very strong, clear guidance and you know, just an ideas as well that popped up very quickly, and that sort of helped me go through my day every day. And I would always somehow mentally, without particularly doing that, as in consciously doing that, but unconsciously, I started connecting back to the clarity call. And I, for instance, whenever I would go out more with the children, with the kids here, my children, I would think about, oh yeah, I had that on we discussed that with Vanessa on the clarity call. So yeah, definitely I'm doing that. And it's not the thing of following a list, you know, and checking in all the time, you know, I've done this and that on that checklist, but it's just been happening naturally. And so I've realized that I have been working out more, having more fun, having a better, clearer communication with my partner, for instance, taking the kids out more, just a lot of things. And I realized how just with that clarity call, it just changed everything around for me, shifted a lot of things in my life. So I am in a much, much more positive place and space right now. And just, unconsciously and then consciously as well, I keep going back to that clarity call and then think about everything Vanessa shared. So it's just been great. It's just been great.
Oh, that is
Thank you for that.
amazing. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for that.
Oh, it's not a problem, my darling, but I'm so happy that, I told you people were getting breakthroughs within 24 to 72 hours.
Yeah, and definitely, I mean, if any one of you are sort of thinking or considering of, thinking about getting a business going for you or some kind of project like that, the clarity code is that you really need to have this one, gift yourself this one, because it changed everything for me. I went from having no clue what I wanted to do, not knowing where I was heading at, and then having something, beautiful, a very clear, beautiful vision board, if you want. I've started that as well. So,
Fantastic. Well done. I'm so proud of you, Stephanie.
Thank you very much.
Well done. Okay, so I do have another testimonial. It is quite long. And Susan's normally on this call, so I'm not sure what's happened with her tonight, but you can see there that Susan's really echoing what Stephanie shared, but for her own self. She's talking about the daily habits that she's put into her life, and she's talking about the encouragement of the group as well. So thank you, Susan, for sharing those thoughts. All right, so we get to that part in the evening where I have a wonderful guest contributor with me. We have Helen, and Helen is going to share her musical talent and her sound healing with us. So it's a practical session, but I know that you've got something to share with us at the beginning, Helen. So what I'm going to do is stop the share here, and it is all yours, my dear.
Okay, well, firstly, Vanessa, thank you so much for inviting me to come and share this time with you and your lovely ladies. And it's just amazing how so many coincidences have brought us together. And it's it's always mind-blowing every time I see you. You've got such wonderful energy, and you're such a great, you're like a furnace. You're on fire. It's amazing. So, I just, first of all, want to say thank you to you. So there's so much to say about sound. Where do I start? I mean, it's like, how did I get into it? Well, I'm a musician, and from the age of 17, I knew that every color, every number corresponded to a different sound and frequency, including every different part of the body, every organ. And if we could just find the resonance of disease or dis-ease or dissonance, then we would be able to heal ourselves. And so from the age of 17 to 43, I sat on that. And it's taken a lifetime of experimentation, and there wasn't the internet available in those days really to find out the kind of research that I wanted to. But it was when I was 43, about 11 years ago, that everything came together. So without going into that, I'll just introduce tonight's episode of sound, I suppose. Okay, so I'm going to try and play a piece of music my end, which I composed earlier this year, and let me know if you can hear it. You can hear that? Is that about the right level? Yeah? Okay, great. So this is called Tree of Life, this piece, and I played the flute and every other instrument as well. Okay. All is sound. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. In the very beginning, when manifestation into 4 dimensions became aware of itself, sound, the Word, being the carrier wave for consciousness, roared itself into being. That roar of life continues in each one of us, from our first cry to our last, like a wave of electricity transformed into the breaking waves of the sea as it meets the shore. As sound is the carrier wave for consciousness, intention, and all creation, we have to ask ourselves who or what we really are. We have to ask ourselves, what is the nature of sound? And as we hear it, music, harmony, the voice, bird song, and the whole symphony of life itself, what is it? We have to ask ourselves, what is our true nature? What is harmony? What is dissonance? How are we affected by life's everyday harmonic frequencies and their opposite? How do we resonate? What in us resonates? What is resonance behavior? And how does our natural state fluctuate with sounds around us? The sound of a room is affected by its dimensions, what it's made of, and what we put in it. This is known as acoustics. We can directly transfer that to our bodies and examine our shape, our organs, spine, and rotors. They all resonate. What, in that case, is our own unique resonance? What is our blood song? What melody do we uniquely play? And what happens when we join with others? How do we heal our biofields or our sphere, our auras, some people call it that, and our dissonant frequencies if we've been submerged in lower vibrations? This is where sound healing comes into its own. Let's start with what we think. Thinking has its own resonance from the abstract to the tangible. After the thought comes the action, either physically moving or speaking. We literally speak life into being, just as it says in many scriptures from the Bible in Genesis to the Bhagavad Gita. But what are we saying? To whom are we saying it? And how is it shaping and affecting or infecting the environment around us? Are we speaking words of life or death? We have to examine what speaking life actually is. What is life? So these are rhetorical questions, really. Can you hear me all right? Okay, great. Tonight, I'm going to show you some of these wonderful singing bowls. So can you see this one? All right, yeah, okay. So this one is rather beautiful. And that is your sacral energy center, your lower energy center, okay? So you can hear there are lots of different frequencies within that, just that tone. It's absolutely extraordinary. And when you sound that, that will naturally resonate with your lower areas in your body. I don't know if you can feel that, ladies, but yeah, okay, great. Okay. So if you focus on your sacral chakra and allow the sound to infuse. And so remotely, I have laid out here, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see this?
Yes, Helen, yes.
Okay, so I've made a little energy center remote healing mat. And I would love a volunteer, Vanessa. Could I have you as a volunteer?
Yeah, I'll do it. I mean, I'll just check. Is anybody else up for it?
Okay.
I'll do it. Oh, Stephanie is. Let Stephanie do it. Let Stephanie
okay,
do
cool.
it.
All right. So I'll just turn that music off, and then we'll just. Is it too loud? Can you hear it a little bit?
You can't hear it at all. Do you want us to hear it? We can hear that now.
You can hear it now?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right. So Stephanie, let's see. Oh, there you are. Great. Would you like to, are you comfortable where you are? Yes? Okay, great. So what I'm going to do, if it's all right with you, if I've got your permission to do so, is I'm going to douse each energy center to see, see if it's open or what it's doing. Is that all right? Yeah. And are you okay to share that with the group as well? Yes, okay. Great. All right. Can you see that? Yeah? Okay. So this is your root chakra, and I've put a stone as well. This is Stephanie. Okay, let's see what's happening. Yep, that's lovely and open. Okay, super duper. All right, next one up. Yes, beautifully open. Super. Okay. Solar plexus. Wide open. Okay. Great. Heart is lovely. Throat. It's going anti-clockwise. Okay, so that means that one isn't open. Okay. Right. So next one, your pineal gland and pituitary. Can you see that? Yes, lovely and open. It's going clockwise. Crown. Beautifully open. Okay. So what I'll do is I will take the Divine Goddess tuning fork. Okay. And I will use this one, and it's this sound. Can you hear that? Yes? Okay, great. So I'm just holding it over the base chakra. everyone else just can breathe nicely. And up to the heart, which was nicely open. And here we are at the throat. So I'll reverse it and take anything negative out. And then put it back in the good energy. Up to the pineal gland. And then up to the crown. And that was a very quick chakra balancing. So starting at the root and going right the way through to the crown, and going clockwise when they're open. And if there's something that's a little bit blocked, that's not a problem. Just going anti-clockwise and taking out anything negative. And then if you take something out, you put it back in. And it's incredible the way that it works, because I don't know if I can share my screen here. Let me see. Am I allowed to do that? Yeah. Okay, let's see. Is that working? Can
Sorry, Helen, I've just muted you by mistake. Unmute yourself. I was trying to switch it over. Wait, no. Oh, yeah, that's working. Yeah, that's working.
Okay, great. Can you see
hear
this here?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. So here we have the biofilm, which is rather like a big donut, really. And that's our electric field around us, the sphere around us. And it's extraordinary because that represents, or replicates, I should say, the shape of the earth, of the energy field of the earth. And it's like a hologram. No matter how many times you make it smaller, it still stays the same. So it's that universal torus shape. And with it, let's just say, for example, you've got something that happened to you when you were 4, then perhaps it would, rather like a tree ring, it would be somewhere out here. And there's all sorts of different things that you can do with a tuning fork. Say, for example, if you're resonating a tuning fork and then you're bringing it slowly in, and then the sound changes, and you start to hear some kind of strange dissonance or vibration where the sound isn't resonating properly, then you would work just on this area, say here, and then gradually come in, removing any dissonances as you come in to the actual being, which is present time. What's amazing is how we can change things. Stop share, there we go. How we can change things literally through sound, and how we can do that on a daily basis is either just picking some kind of tuning fork or singing bowl that we resonate really well with, and clearing our biofield, just changing the atmosphere of our biofield. Internally, as I'm sure lots of you know this already, but as we speak, sound is that carryaway for consciousness. And so whatever we speak comes into being. Would you agree with that? Yeah. So we have to be careful what we do with this rudder of our ship. Do we speak life or do we speak death? And the beauty of sound is that whatever you're thinking will be carried on it. So even if you were to utter what would appear to be nonsense to somebody else, your intention is still carried on that sound. And so what is actually really liberating is when you start to sing in your spiritual language. I don't know how many people do that here. No? I can see one. Is it Layla? Layla, you do. Yeah. So when you just completely liberate yourself and you're not limited to the parameters of and constraints of normal everyday words and their misinterpretation, their misuse. And you know, some people call it angel speak. Some people call it tongues. Some people, whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. It's that natural thing that we all have, and that corresponds really to our unique resonance. We all have our unique resonance. Our blood song is unique. It's like a thumbprint, and this has been proven by scientist Gil Outrovitz, who is a professor at Harvard. He took some cells from a man's body. Let's just say it was a cell from a leg and then a cell from his pancreas. The cell from the leg made the most beautiful sound. So he put it to the DNA to music, so to speak, and each atom he made a sound for. I don't quite know how he did that, but anyway, he did it. And what he found was that the sound from the leg was very, very beautiful, but the sound from the pancreas had a dissonance in it. And that, they found out, was cancer. So it just goes to show that, you know, firstly, the future is sound. The future of medicine is sound. In fact, I'm sure that they've been suppressing it for years. But anyway, you can't keep the truth back. So going back to what we can do on a daily basis, we can clear our biofield. We can do that with either something like this, something external, working up through the energy centers, or even just tuning into that, and then singing whatever we need to speak over ourselves or sing over ourselves. We don't even have to sing, we can speak it. I mean, personally, I like to do that, but sometimes I don't have one of these handy, right? But tonight, just for tonight, why not? So that would be my throat area, okay? And then I could just sing or speak anything I like that I feel is necessary for my life. I am healed. I am whatever I am, whatever I say I am, I am. So it's that bringing that I am consciousness out into the atmosphere to change and purify our thoughts about ourselves and also the atmosphere around us. So for example, if you think about a room having its own resonance, last Sunday I found the resonance of my studio, which was actually really quite deep, and realized from that moment that if I was to, say, for example, move a piece of furniture in it, it would change the frequency of the room. Okay, so whether we have pieces of furniture, or we've got gifts from people we don't want, or we've got something in our room which is dissonant, it's going to be affecting who we are and what we are, right? So I know it sounds ridiculous, but actually, if you start to remove objects that just don't quite resonate with you, that also helps to clear the atmosphere. So, you know, it's very easy to say, oh, thank you so much for the lovely gift. And you're thinking, thank you so much. Oh, get rid of it. Give it to somebody who really does like it, okay? Because it will change the atmosphere. You know, I mean, I inherited a whole load of stuff from my parents, and, you know, I love them very much, but let me just show you. You know, there's been something that's been bugging me for a couple of years. Bless my mum, she passed away a couple of years ago. And this, this has to go, right? It has to go. I mean, I bless my mum, but I do not want King Charles Spaniels in my house. I know that's ridiculous, but, you know, it all vibrates. Everything is frequency, everything is energy, isn't it? So from the words we speak, the thoughts we have, and the actions we take thereof, you know, it's so important every day to clean up. So for example, if you don't do the washing up for 3 days, it starts to stink. And it's exactly the same for us, isn't it? So we don't want stinking thinking. So all I can say to you is that keeping your energy centers moving is a really great thing to do. You can do it with sound, you can do it with yourself. You can just sing your spiritual language over yourself. One of my favorite books is the Bible, even though I don't go to church, I don't do churchianity. In Zephaniah 3:17, it talks about God rejoicing over us with singing. Yeah, so it's so beautiful. I mean, if you think about it, how King David used music to soothe Saul's soul. And that's exactly what you were saying, Vanessa, listening to music. You've got your music where you want to get going, and you've got your music where you just listen to 528 hertz, and then, you know, all these wonderful frequencies. So for example, there's this, am I going on too long, by the way? Keep going, okay. Well, for example, this, keep going, all right. So this wonderful, I'm just warming up. This wonderful frequency
No,
is
wrapping up.
I can't hear you, by the way.
I meant wrapping up, please, Helen. I'm telling you to encourage. I'm trying to say wrap up, please. Yeah.
I still can't hear you. I don't know what's happened. Anyway, shall I carry on? Do I carry on? 1 minute. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, okay. All right, so 174 hertz is absolutely brilliant for pain. So if you've got a headache, or you've got something that's like, you've got aching feet, or you've got a knee problem, 174 hertz. So you might ask yourself, why are these particular frequencies so important? Well, if you think about the general shape of your body, you can denote what needs to be used in order to fix it. So for example, the shape of your heart, the average human heart will be a particular size and will resonate at a particular frequency. And that's how these frequencies have been discovered and come into being. So it's much better with a tone generator. Then I can next time, maybe if there is one, I can show you with a tone generator exactly what happens. You know, when you tune in and you think, okay, well, the average resonance of a heart is this, so let me just take that tone and then play it, and then from that point you can either sing, or you can speak, or you can just tune into that frequency. So what's happened on the net is that you get these beautiful pieces of music like 528 hertz or 285 or 432, and they are really, really beautiful and lovely, but a little bit sometimes too generic, you see. So I think it's really much more specific than that. You know, 528 is lovely, that's the heart, and 432 is a little bit further down, so that's the sort of solar plexus area. But actually, if you're really tuning in, if you're really looking deeply and digging deeply, all you need to do is just sit and feel it yourself, and then utter the vibration that you're feeling yourself. And I expect 99% of the time it will be exactly what you need. Also, if you start on, no, one more thing. If you start on, I could go on for hours, I'm sorry. If you start on one note, what's so incredible is that it's the intervals between the notes which are absolutely extraordinary. So the movement, say for example, from one note just to the next note, like a tone. So da-dum, da-dum, okay, that is quite significant. So for example, if I was to listen to Vanessa, if I listen to you speak, I can't hear you. That's the only thing. I can't hear you very well.
I'm on mute. Can you hear me now?
I still can't hear you.
Can anybody hear me? Layla
Hello?
can hear me.
No, still can't hear you.
Layla, can you hear me?
I don't know why. Is it my sound? Oh, it's me. That's my sound. Sorry, now I can hear you. Okay, so if you speak for a moment, and then
I've got, yeah. So this is me speaking, but I've got a song called "Vibration Calling."
Nice.
I love that song.
Nice. So I just want to get your note where you're resonating.
Speaking. What do you want me to say? Oh, do you know what? Everything you've done has been absolutely perfect, by the way. And I will be inviting you back.
Great. I get carried away though, you see, that's the thing. So I would listen to your voice, and if I was next to the piano, and then I would find your frequency, okay, where you're actually generally speaking. And you've got such an amazing spectrum of sound when you speak.
I know, I do have a
range. You do.
But
and do you know what that means?
There's a story. Oh
my gosh, it's exciting.
Well, I was trained in acting, dancing, drama.
Right.
So I have had training on how to use my voice. Right.
Well, you know, it shows, it's amazing, but also it shows amazing amount of intelligence as well, because there's research by a guy called Paul Newham, and he researched babies, you know, the gurgling sounds that babies make. And what he found was that the more sounds that a baby makes in different octave, you know, different spans or whatever, different octaves, the more intelligent they were. It's extraordinary. And also, he also found, bless the people who only have maybe 1 or 2 notes. He found that those were usually people with 1 extra chromosome. So it's very, very interesting how all of this correlates. So it's all about sound, and sound creating light. And when sound moves through space, or what we know as space, then light appears. And then whatever we focus our attention on moves as particles and waves and comes into being. So it's just extraordinary on a quantum level as well. I get so excited, and I haven't even started yet.
Well, that was amazing. I mean, at the end of the day, because we've brought God into our conversation, which I always love it when bringing God into our conversation, in the beginning was
the sound, the word.
So
God spoke it all into being.
Exactly. Using the imagination.
Indeed.
That's why I chose the topic.
It's absolutely brilliant. Couldn't have worked better, really. I was just brilliant. There's one thing I forgot to do, though. There is one thing, and that is I forgot to douse Stephanie's throat after I.
Okay.
Can I just do that now, just to finish off?
Yes.
Okay, Stephanie. Yep. There we are. It's fine.
Oh,
it's open.
Fantastic. So thank you so much, Helen. Yeah, I mean, I will be inviting you back. I've got something to share later with those who are watching. So if you want more of Helen, then tune in to the next big thing, what I'm going to be telling you about. But please give me a high five, give Helen some love on the virtual and all of this here on the reactions. Helen, that was absolutely amazing. You packed so much into a short space of time. And I always love to listen to the playback of the session because I learned so much from my speakers, and you drop so many golden nuggets into that chat. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Vanessa.
So I'm going to put the slideshow back up, and please help me out because I need Layla. Layla, can this be seen? Is everything in view? It's showing. Yeah, I haven't got a black screen.
Your sound's a bit low, Vanessa. That's the only thing. Your sound's gone a bit low.
Oh, do you know what? Okay. 1 minute. Is this better? Is this better?
When you hold the mic to your mouth.
Oh, okay. Oh dear. Do you know what? In my meditation, I did get a divine intervention saying I need to invest in a microphone. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to. It's time. Oh, I know what's happened because I've got the double screen on. Okay, so that's not good. Let me stop the share. Sorry about this. There's always a technical hiccup. If you listen to the show regularly, you must expect it. Okay, can that be seen, Layla? There's not a black screen. Yeah, Layla says we're all good. All right, thank you so much, Helen. That was absolutely amazing. And please stay connected to Helen. She's in our group, in our Telegram group, the Vibrate Higher community. She's a really brilliant contributor in there. She's got a fantastic series called It's Time to Wake Up the Trees. Is that the correct title? Fantastic series. If you haven't listened to that from within the group, then I will share that as well on the description here. And please stay connected to Helen. Here is her website, Find Your Voice and Raw. Brilliant title. And you can see everything that she does there with the energy cleansing and balancing, collaborated affirmations, mindset mentoring, remote healing, which is online or in person. So thank you so much, Helen. Okay, I'm going to move on. If you're all right, if you really do need the toilet break, then I can pause, but I'm just conscious of the time. Am I okay to carry on? Yeah, okay. So we're not having a break, but I've got this slot up here. If you do want to advertise, or I'm actually going to be putting together like more of a sponsorship package for this event. I'm looking for sponsors for the event so I can get more people on the call and make it bigger and better and everything. If this sounds like something you're interested in, then please speak to me about that and we'll work something out. And oh, I didn't put my icebreaker. I knew there was something that I didn't do. Naughty. Okay, so I don't have an icebreaker question, but does anybody have a question for Helen while she's here? Has anybody got a question that you wanted to ask Helen? Any of you that are on the call? Okay, no questions, but like I said, check out Helen's work, because when I listened to It's Time to Wake Up the Trees, honestly, I was eating my dinner and I needed to listen to it twice. And I'm ready to listen to that again, Helen, because you packed so much knowledge into that, and it's beautifully composed visually and also with the audio, with the music. So brilliant work. Okay, so now it's time for me to tell you a little bit more about my journey as a health and wellbeing coach. There's some transformation pictures here. As you know, I am an independent distributor with Herbalife Nutrition, and it's not just about helping people who are maybe wanting to reduce their weight. We actually do help people who are underweight and need to actually build up muscle. And also, many of us are very, very busy, and we find that we have energy dips. Okay, so if you need more energy, then come and speak to me, because I can help you to look at some great energy boosting products as well, plus other things. There's skincare, there's all sorts going on. All right, so just to let you know, if you haven't heard my story, and I'm sorry for someone like Layla that's like here every month, and she's like, oh my gosh, I could recite this story. So thank you for your patience. But yeah, for those of you who don't know, I've been on my own journey of transformation. And basically, well, let me just put it in context. What I actually do in my day job is I sit down all day doing research, project management, and that type of thing. And I've always kind of had that type of job. So, you know, I've run event management companies and all sorts of things. And what happened is I wasn't eating properly when my children were in their teenage years. So there was a lot of takeaways going off in our life. But I've always been that active mum. So at that time, I was exercising, doing netball, cycling, salsa dancing. I was active with walking, just being active, but didn't understand why I was gaining weight. Basically, I wasn't eating the right type of food. I had low energy and I was a breakfast skipper. So that was one thing that I didn't realize, that missing breakfast would have an impact on the body. So I discovered Herbalife Nutrition. I got a wellness coach, and working together, I actually dropped 2 dress sizes, but also my energy levels really improved. I went on to training kickboxing. So I'm a bit disappointed with the situation. Well, we're all disappointed with the situation we're living in, but because of that situation, it's kind of stopped my training. So I'm a purple belt in kickboxing. I really wanted to have gone on a bit further, but hey ho. As you can see, I don't know how you're looking at it, but where I've got the blue headscarf on, I had a baby. So I had a baby at 40, I think I was 43, something like that. And it was always like starting again, because my body was really, really weak. So not only did I put weight on with the pregnancy, I didn't have the strength, because when I hit my 40s, my motto was about being fit in my 40s. It wasn't being like really slim or anything like that. I just wanted to be fit and strong. So I'm moving back towards that now. My energy levels have gone through the roof. I've still maintained a healthy, active lifestyle. I have my I said good nutrition here. It's great nutrition. I mean, some of you do say, Vanessa, where do you get the energy from? Well, it's in the nutrition that I take. Okay, so that's a little secret. I do my regular exercise. So today, yeah, I went to the gym reluctantly, I must add. That was a reluctant gym presence this morning at 7:30. I've done my walking. If I wasn't doing this show, I've started doing cardio as well in some gym classes. So I love exercise still, but I also work on my mind development, because what I realized is if you're kind of looking after one part of the body, but not also concentrating on how you are addressing your mindset, it can disrupt your flow of where, the things you're doing. Now, we like to talk about health hacks in this series, and you can see that we've gone totally green on the board, and you can see the dates have covered a lot of things. And what I want to do tonight is touch on establishing your exercise. So that's why I've spoken about exercise so much. Helen, did you get that private message that I sent to you? I sent you a link in the private message on Zoom. Could you have
didn't get
if
I didn't get it.
Oh, you didn't get it? If you look on Zoom in the chat,
yeah,
there should be a private message from me with a link in
there. Is it hang on. It's saying do I want to leave Zoom?
Oh, maybe you might need to open up a new browser. Open up a new window if you can, if that's okay.
Yep, I'll give it a go.
So what I'm doing this month is a little bit different. I'm going back to exercise, okay, but we're talking about dancing. So for those of you who are used to me being here, I'm normally like in my nice top and things like that. But tonight I'm like, no, we're going to make this a really interactive session. So I've come in my t-shirt, okay, and hopefully you're going to participate shortly. So Helen's just going to set up the track for me, if that's okay. Before we put this track on, I really want to encourage you to look at dancing. Layla's got a massive smile on her face because she knows that I'm always dancing. I just love it, okay? Now, what are the benefits of dancing? Well, let me just share another little story with you. I did train as a dancer. So I went, not in my kind of childhood, it was part of the missing part of my childhood. I always wanted to do dance lessons, and I only got one like proper dance lesson when I was a child. But when I was a teenager, I was like, no, I love dancing and I'm going to go to train to be a dancer. So I did study contemporary dance, and it was just so wonderful. But look at the benefits of dancing. We all have to look after our heart health. And if you were on, or if you've watched any of the shows that I've done speaking about heart health, then you know that women in particular, this is definitely an area of our healthcare that we really do need to look after. Well, dancing's a great way to keep your cardiovascular health in check. What about your balance and your strength? Well, I've just said that after I had my baby, then I felt really weak. We're talking about core strength. So I'm quite proud of my stomach. It's going down. But I'm actually feeling stronger as well, So, dancing it's all over. You're going to get an all over workout with dancing. All right. And it will help to build up your strength. It's very gentle on the body. Okay. There's different types of dancing. Dancing is for all ages. Now, what I loved about my dance experience is I have actually done performances when I was younger, where sorry, no, I'm saying that wrong. When I was younger studying dance, we watched performances of other dance groups with dancers who were not what we describe as able-bodied. So they were in wheelchairs, but they were dancing with other able-bodied dancers. Oh, it is so beautiful. If you ever have an opportunity to see a performance, which is a mix of wheelchair users and able-bodied dancers, it's really touching. Well, it touched my soul anyway. So dancing's very, very gentle on the body. I've actually done training as a movement instructor. And then what I decided to do was to work with like older people. And I was doing seated exercises. So, you can, if you can't move your legs, if you, for whatever reason, might have a back problem or anything like that, you can still move your arms. You can move your body, you can move your neck. So again, dancing, there's ballroom dancing, which is very elegant and slow. There's rap, there's hip hop, rap and all this, which is obviously going to be a bit faster. There's salsa, which I love to do, but you can dance at your own pace and find your own rhythm. Okay, so it boosts cognitive performance. I love this. If you are going to learn dance, okay, so for example, let's take salsa, then obviously there's a certain way that you've got to do the movement. Now, this is helping your brain and all those brain connections to stay in check. So, if you're feeling like, I'm not feeling too sharp, then, you could literally start to study dance. It would really help you with your cognitive performance. You've heard me say it already about it being a boost for the mood. And again, I'm going to, correspond with Layla on this. Layla knows that there was a part of my kind of journey this year when I was starting to feel quite low. And the only thing I could think of to really break it was to put on, it was Bob Marley. Yeah, I put Bob Marley on and I was skanking and I was really going for it, because from a musical perspective, it was the vibration and his energy and his words. So going back to what Helen's told us, which was just such a boost for my mood. So I don't know how you feel about dancing, but I love it. And I'm hoping that you are going to join me right now. And we're going to do, this is the last well, I call it a performance. This is our last show for the summer break. So I'm hoping that we're going to have a dance. Now, how come I can't see? What's this now? Okay.
Are we looking at Still Feel So Close? Is that it?
Yeah, that one, please. I am still recording, aren't I? I can't see the record button.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, right. Okay. So oh, yeah, it's there. Okay. So because I'm recording and I do leave this on YouTube, okay. If you're not here with us, you're not going to hear this part. Sorry. And you're not going to see this part either, because I don't want no strikes or bans from YouTube, because I don't have permission from the performer. So I've got to be very careful. I'm going to put it on pause. Okay. We're going to have a little dance and then I'm going to come back to you. So that's.
Oh, best ever.
Our dance workout. How was it for you, women? How was it?
Amazing. Thank you.
I love the moves. I love the moves. Okay. So for those of you who are watching the replay, I will post the link to the song that we just had a really good workout to. I couldn't play it because of copyright infringement, but it was Calvin Harris. I feel so close to you right now. And honestly, from my heart to yours, all of you who watch this show, you're here or you watch the replay, it's my way of really saying thank you. And that's how I feel. So thank you so much for being here with me. And yeah, I'm glad I could see you as all enjoying that. So I was a bit nervous thinking, oh, are they going to do it with me? But you were all up for it, so well done. All right, so back to the slide share. Can you see this? Is it showing okay, Layla? Brilliant, thank you. And I'm still recording. Okay. All right, so who's feeling good? Boosted your mood? I mean, we were feeling great anyway, because we've just had a wonderful session with Helen, but I just wanted you to feel how music really gets to you. All right. So I have a product launch. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. As I said to you before, I cannot tell you how this tastes because I've got no idea. I'm going to order mine tomorrow. But Herbalife Nutrition are so fantastic at bringing out brilliant products. So we have a new product that's just been released this week. And you can celebrate every time you do something in your fitness journey. Did you know that when you do exercise, that it's really important to put protein back into your body within 30 to 60 minutes? So look what we've done. We have our regular protein bars, which are 10 grams of protein, but they've gone one up. It's called the new H2 sorry, H224 Achieve protein bars. So it's 21 grams of protein per bar. They're low in sugar. They're made with I can't speak. Desiccant, so you know what I'm saying, dark rich chocolate, and you get 6 bars per box. So unfortunately, if we were live and I actually had them with me, I'm a bit naughty for sharing them without actually tasting them first, but I know they're going to be great. I would have given you a sample, but that's not possible because I know we're in different parts of the country. But yes, these are the new bars. So if you would like to make an order with me, then my link for my online store is there in the description, and I will post it under this the video as well. So something new for me to try. All right, so how do I work? Okay, I do what I describe as wellness evaluation, because I can tell you what your lean protein factor is, and that's made out of different elements of your body. That actually I take these measurements on a Tanita scale, and again, it can be done remotely by you sending me some information. Now, this is a free wellness evaluation review. The value of it is £35, but it's part of my offering, so you can get to know me and find out how I work. If this is something that you're interested in, then there is a link for you to make a booking with me for a free MOT. And oh, I've swapped these. That's the wrong way around, but it doesn't matter. Let's do the raffle. Do we still have our wonderful, we've still got Helen with us, which is great. And we still have the 2 women who have put in their entry. So here are the 2 tickets. And I've used an old tub. Ooh, who's this? Who's this? Who's this? It's Joe. We've not heard from Joe tonight. Joe, are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm here. Hi.
Oh, there you go, my darling. You have won. So is it the Joe that I'm working with on the course? Yes, brilliant. Okay. So I've got your contact details, Joe. With your permission, do I have permission to pass them over to Helen? Or you could just send her a message now, actually. You could do it privately in the chat.
Yeah, you can send the details over. I don't mind.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so Helen, do you just want to remind Joe of what she will be winning with you?
Okay, well, great, Joe. I'm really pleased that you've won, and I'll do a remote healing session with you, and it lasts about 30 to 40 minutes. Tonight was very, very quick, but we'll go through on a much deeper level and have a Zoom and chat about it and all of that stuff as well. Okay.
Fantastic. Thank you, Helen. Okay. All right, so we're coming to the end of what I hope I've had a wonderful night. I hope the ones who are with me on the live call, you feel the same way. I just wanted to say, if you did want to get started with me after we have the wellness evaluation call, then I will introduce you to looking at a new way of having your breakfast. And it's in the 6-day breakfast club, which is online. So again, we're working remotely. But in doing so, I actually give you some information on nutrition as well for 6 days. And it's just such a bargain. It's only £10. So why not fix your breakfast and get some nutrition for £10? Gosh, if the worst that's going to happen, you're going to feel great for 6 days. All right. So I've still got a big announcement. Okay, so I officially invited you to my very first virtual health summit. I now have a date. It will be on the 11th of November 2021, and the early bird tickets will be available from Wednesday, the 11th of August. Now, Helen, do we have you as part of this program?
Yes, of course. I'd be honoured. I'd love to come. So yeah.
Brilliant, brilliant. So I'll explain the format with you behind the scenes, but from the participants' perspective, they're going to get access to all of my wonderful speakers who are going to come back for the summit. They're going to tell you about a different aspect of what they do. And I just know it's going to be great. I'm really, really excited about working on this. This is going to be like my little summer project. So yes, more speakers will be confirmed. And now we have Helen on the program. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Okay. So this is the end, and I want you to save the date. Like I said, I'm going to have a break. Okay, so if you know what I'm doing on other projects, I am really busy with other projects. I love doing the Health and Wellbeing Cafe, but it is going to be August as from what is it, Sunday it turns into August. So it's time for a break, and the Health and Wellbeing Cafe will be back on Thursday, the 30th of September with Monica Douglas. Now, I must say that Monica, whoa, wait till you meet Monica. She is amazing. Monica was actually with me at the live event. So she came over to Nottingham. She won't be doing that this time because she's actually abroad. So this will be an international call that will be happening. And she will be talking to you about how you can reclaim your wildness. So please make a note of the day. If you are on my mailing list, then you were going to get information and updates about that closer to the time. So that was the end. And well, yeah, like I said, get on the list. If you're not on the list, make sure you're on it. But I think everyone who's on the live call, you're already on the list or connected with me anyway. So what we do now is we turn the video off and we just have a little chat. We do some networking. So if you're all right to stay and you want to get to know each other a bit more, then I will open it up for our conversation. If you are watching the replay, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you've enjoyed the session as much as we have being here on the live call. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and also share this video with somebody that you know needs to hear this information. So it's been fantastic having you watching the replay, but now we're saying goodbye. All right, so that's it for the replay.